Hi there, welcome back. So in today's project we are going to use the beautiful metallic golden mica, the golden green metallic mica, the lovely bowl, the uneven edge bowl, a pear pot, a pear-shaped pot with lovely lid, and a lovely faceted vase mould. So I'm just turning inside out the base part of the pear pot. That's quite difficult to say, that pear pot. Just to show you, there we go. Obviously you don't need to do that with the lid, and I'm going to dust the mica powder. Now I've already put a little bit of this lovely golden green, it's gorgeous, into the what is the stalk part of the mould for the top of the pear. So just applying it using the dry bristled brush, tapping out the excess, and then getting the beautiful gold. Now, apart from one other video that's coming up in a few days, I will not then be using, I say this, I probably will end up using it, I will not be using this gold coloured mica powder again for a little while. That's not to say that Wayne might not use it, but I certainly won't be using it. So there we go, there's that lovely gold and green and the other gold, tapped out the excess. And now this is the pear, the pot part of the pear pot, good gosh, turned inside out, and I'm just literally applying some of this beautiful golden green. Very much pearlized when you put it on to the mould itself. This mould and everything else that we use will be linked in the description box. The mould itself, this one is from Resin. Fortunately, we don't have any discount codes for them. The mica powders are part of a kit that we bought with Ghoul Resin. We do have a link to the resin, obviously that comes in kit form. Unfortunately, again, I'm afraid we don't have any discount codes for those. Never mind, moving on. Obviously you don't have to use what we're using. You can adapt this project to whatever colours you want to use, whatever kind of moulds you want to use. But I love the effect that this gives. Love it. Very, very similar to when I did the tray and the beautiful tray with the dragonfly, where we used different shades of pinks, purples and this lovely gold. If you haven't seen that, why not check out our playlist. For the video itself, we did two tea light holders, and we did a trinket tray, and then we followed it up with some coasters to match. That was in a two-parter. So there we go. It looks almost bluey coloured there, but I think that's just the light. So this is it turned back round the right way. We will fill it up with resin. But first of all, now we need to do exactly the same thing with this lovely faceted pot. Now that looks a bit like the outside of a pineapple, but it's the vase. It's not a pot, sorry, it's a vase that's turned inside out, and we're just using exactly the same two mica colours, mica powder colours, the lovely gold green and the golden metallic mica powder, and just literally applying it anywhere you like. No particular places, trying to be as random as possible with this, but it does also remind me a bit of, I think it's called mercury glass. I don't know, I'm not sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's very much like a mottled glass. Looks like it's got metal that's been rubbed off in places, and it's usually pretty, I mean, it'd be very old style of glass and glassware. There we are. So anyway, almost there. We're just brushing this over. There we go. Hugo has threatened me with putting up a counter for the number of times I say specific words in videos, which of course I suppose is quite funny. But I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, that was that one done. So I've now turned the bowl inside out. Now, if you've watched our video previous to this one, you'll have seen me using this mould to make a lovely pearlized white bowl, which here had, was it decorated with 3 roses, also made from resin, and a dragonfly and a couple of butterflies. So here we go. This is Wayne. He's mixed up the resin, 1-to-1 mixing ratio. It's made by a company called Ghoul. That's what we're using currently. I really enjoy using this resin. It mixes well. There's hardly any bubbles. He's also added in some of the pearlized white mica powder into this. Now, I didn't want to use black, I'm afraid, and I didn't want to use clear. I wanted it to be as true as possible to the colours in the mica powder that we'd use to dust the mould. So here we go. He's just filling up the moulds. Go careful, and as usual, as always, do make sure that you're wearing all the correct protective stuff for when you're using resin. You're working in a well ventilated area. As you can see, Wayne's wearing the black nitrile gloves. You don't have to wear those. You can wear whatever gloves you have, as long as they're protecting your skin and hands against the resin, and wear the respirator mask and work in a well ventilated area. There we go. So he's just filling up this lovely faceted detailed vase, or pot, I suppose you'd call it. Yeah, there we go. It's just up to the top. Now, when we do this and we've filled up all of the moulds that we use, we then put them to one side, let them stand for a couple of minutes. A lot of the little bubbles come up to the surface and they pop and disperse of their own accord. Any that don't, then we just go in with a little bit of a spritz from an atomizer spray of some isopropyl alcohol, and then you just see them, they all burst. Some of them need a little bit of extra encouragement. And quite often what actually Wayne did with this one, with these three, is he did just go around the inside of the top edge of the mould with a micro brush, just to make sure there wasn't anything there. Now, as you can see, this is the lid of the pear pot. This, unfortunately, there was a massive bubble and neither of us spotted it. And we did pop it, but unfortunately the resin beneath it had already cured enough to make that big divot there that you can see in the lid, which is such a shame. Yeah, all I can say is this won't be going on the website for sale, this particular bit of this. As you can see, there's a few more little bubbles there, which is such a shame, as I said, because this is stunning. There we go, the word stunning. And I mean, even though it's got these little imperfections, I still absolutely love this. So what we have done, we have remade the lid of this, and this particular item will then go up for sale. It's the perfect version will go up for sale. Now, this is the base of the pear. So don't get twist and pull to get it to try and release its suction to the end to there. Just keep twisting and pulling. Keep going, Laura. Keep going. There we go. Look at the inside. Wow. See, I love that. It's gorgeous. I didn't say the word then. It's gorgeous. And there we go with the lid. Isn't that sweet? I mean, obviously you wouldn't want to eat this one. Break your teeth. But we do also have an apple. Now, if you look back through our playlist, you can find the video where we've made an apple. So we now have an apple and a pear mould. So that would make quite a nice set, actually, an apple and a pear. Oh, and a pineapple, if you can find one. If anybody knows of anywhere where you can get a silicone mould for resin that then when you demould it is the shape of a pineapple, please let us know. Here's the bowl. Look at the sheen of the gold mica. It's absolutely gorgeous. I do love this bowl. Love it. So here we go. This is the final piece. This was a bit more tricky to demould. Haven't used this mould before, so there was no real give in it, as you can see. Now, it did want to, it rolled all over itself. I ended up stopping the camera and just saying to Wayne, can you give me a hand, please? Not quite sure what's going wrong here, but yeah, he did. So there we go. Managing to get it almost to the top. I got it to this point, and this is when I got into difficulty. Yeah, I just could not get enough of a grip. So if you've got issues with dexterity, you know, maybe this isn't the mould for you, or if you've got somebody who can give you a hand, then get them to give you a hand. That's all I would say at this point. There we go. I did stop it and he did help me out. So twist and pull to get it to release from the inside. And look, the only issue here is obviously we've got a different coloured bottom, but you're not going to see that. So I don't actually think that matters. But the resin's taken really nicely to it. I do love the golden green sheen on the inside too. So here's the final pictures of it, the little final video clip. It looks a little bit more bluey green, yeah, or bluish gold, but it is quite a lovely green and greenish gold. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I love this the little threesome here. They would look lovely together anywhere in your home or office or studio, and you could literally keep and put anything in them. So thanks again for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing, and we'll see you again soon. Bye bye.